Have you ever regretted a bad decision? Well, today on Brightside, I wanted to talk about 3 ways that I personally get over my regrets and move on and change the perspective I had on that decision to become something greater, to become something positive, to become something useful. So, one time, I met someone. We really liked each other. And after knowing them for 2 months, they told me, hey, I'm moving to Nevada to work for a marketing firm. Would you like to come? Now, from Maine, that's no easy decision. And I knew this person for a month and a half, 2 months. And I said, yes, I would love to. Nervous as all hell. But I did it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is when you make that decision, make the decision that is scary. Because oftentimes when we're comfortable, we're also what's called stagnant. So I could have chose to stay here in lovely, beautiful Maine, and I could have chose to continue my work at Apple, and I could have chose to maybe stay at the hotel I was working at the time, and I could have chose to continue being miserable because I was working 80 hours a week. Instead, I chose the uncomfortable route. I said, hell yeah, let's go. And so I picked up all my stuff, moved 3,000 miles across the country, and sat down in a spot where I knew no one. Very uncomfortable. But I made the decision. Now I have no regrets on going. So, thing number 1. Make the decision that is uncomfortable. Otherwise, we may fall stagnant. 2. What happens when that decision turns bad? So about a year later, we break up. I go ahead and decide to stick there. They decide to go ahead and move back to Maine. Have a couple more friends now. Things are working out a little bit better for me in the relationship term. Not obviously that relationship, but friendships, co-workers, those types of relationships. And I was able to gather from the year that I had been with this person what I had learned. And I had learned a lot. I learned how to run a household by myself because they never helped. I learned how to travel for work. It was up and down this gigantic mountain. If anyone here is familiar with Lake Tahoe, there's a road called Mount Rose Highway, and it literally does this. And it's like this freaking steep. Not literally, but almost. And it's really rough on a car. It's really rough on your mentality when you're waking up because it takes you 45 minutes to get to work every morning. When it's snowing and you're just sliding down this thing. I learned that I could handle all of that. And much, much more. But number 2 is reflecting on what I learned. And number 3 is not being afraid to go backwards. In a previous video, I had mentioned how I moved home with my family, and I was told by one of my friends, Alessan, hey, just so you know, you're not moving backwards. Everything you're doing is a brave step forward. Even though it looks like you're going back, you're doing something different. So what do I mean by that? Well, the last part of the story, I was still working at Apple over in Nevada. I had a great job, some great friends, but I wanted more for myself. I wanted to share more of myself with the world, and so that's why I decided to come back and start doing this. Along with teaching people how to use their technology outside of a corporate job, teaching people how to dance, it's called clogging, and now showing myself that I can change situations from being bad into good, and helping others by telling my own story. So, going backwards isn't necessarily a bad thing, because oftentimes we see ourselves as going backwards when we're really moving forward. And so number 3 is, don't be afraid to go backwards, because you might just find you're moving forwards. Same place. Parents' house in Maine. Totally different career. Totally different path. Totally different feeling about life. So joyful all the time. Content with where I am. Not saying every day is a good day. That's why I make these videos, because it gets me in a good mood, being able to change that perspective. But being okay that you've tried something and coming back to something else is my 3rd favorite thing to do when I'm in that mind frame. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope to see you tomorrow on Brightside. We'll have videos daily once again. Sorry for that little break there. Sometimes when you get out of habit of something, it stops. And we'll talk more about that another day. Enjoy the beautiful day. The sun is shining here. The wind is going with my beautiful wind chimes. I hope you have some fantastic weather by you as well, whether it's thunderstorms or it's snow. Look for something to be grateful for in it. Enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye, Brightsiders.